Yo, what up YouTube? Explosive Movement Patterns here, back again with yet another video. And in this video today, I'm going to be doing How to Dunk episode 6. And today I'm going to be talking about some of the mistakes people make that may end up hurting their athleticism gains in the long term. And the main thing I'm going to be focusing on is structuring an explosive power workout and the importance of making sure that when you have an explosive power workout, that's the main focus of your day. So I always talk about in all my other videos that when you're doing an explosive power workout, you want to make sure each rep is as hard and as fast as possible. You're getting significant rest between each one so that each set you can give out maximum effort and you can get maximum results, right? You know this. But in order to properly get that, the first thing you need to do when doing a workout is getting a good dynamic warm-up. So what does that dynamic warm-up entail? Well, usually it's a continuous set of movements, doing things like dynamic stretches, dynamic flexibility, and then getting some drills in and some preparatory movements that can be things like sprint drills or maybe some lower intensity jumps, getting your body prepared in order to do your working sets. And it's really important to, when you're doing your warm-up, get a sweat going, get yourself fired up, because if you don't get a proper warm-up, what's going to end up happening is during your first few sets of your plyometrics, your explosive power movements, they're not going to be quite at that maximum effort simply because you're not warmed up enough, and that means that you've essentially kind of wasted a couple sets and wasted some opportunities to get better. So when you're doing an explosive power workout, you want to make sure you're getting good dynamic warm-up in. That's going to allow you to get the most out of the workout. Now, so you've got your good dynamic warm-up, you've got your workout in, you're done, great. But one thing a lot of people do is sometimes they'll do the workout, then maybe later on in the day they'll go play basketball or football or soccer or whatever for a few hours, or they'll try to get a second workout in. And what ends up happening is you kind of burn yourself out. So when you do an explosive power workout that's really high intensity, you want to make sure that that's the only thing you're doing that day. That's the main focus of that day. You don't want to go out and you don't want to try to get a second workout and you don't want to try to play a bunch of other sports that day because you're going to end up burning yourself out and losing the gain that you made. The only exception to this would be sometimes people get 2 workouts in the same day. Like, for example, some people may lift in the morning and then do an explosive power workout in the afternoon or the evening, but that's a little bit more structured, a little bit more planned, and if you know what you're doing, you can structure your training program like that. But if you're doing an explosive power workout and then you're going out and then you're just playing basketball for like 2 hours or 3 hours, then you're just going to burn yourself out and you're not going to make a lot of gains. And I think sometimes people can get caught up in this because when you're trying to improve your vertical leap, you want those results fast and you want to get them really quickly, so you do your plyometric workout, then you go work out again, and then you just keep doing that. But what ends up happening is you're going to stagnate your gains, you're not going to improve. So the important thing to remember is on a day where explosive power is the main point of emphasis, make sure that's the only thing you're doing that day. Put all of your effort, put all of your intensity into that explosive power workout, and that's going to yield you the most gains. On a different day where you're not doing explosive power, you just want to go out, you want to practice your sport, you want to practice dunking, whatever, go right ahead, practice as much as you want. But on a day where you're focusing on explosive power, you want to make sure that that's the main focus of your movement. And at the end, if you want to get a couple jumps in that are high intensity, go for it, but don't overdo it. That's the main thing I want to impart upon you in this video is when it comes to fast twitch workouts, never overdo it. You want to make sure you're just doing just enough to get improvement, and that's going to yield you the best gains in the long term. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Explosive power workouts, make sure you're doing just enough to improve and make sure you're not overdoing it. That's going to yield you the best results. Alright guys, talk to you later. Explosive Movement Pattern signing off. Peace.